This is Angel Talk with Brenda Hardwick, the February 2024 edition. And yes, we're a few days late because it's March 5th, but it's happening. This is actually the first version with video. Yes. So it's probably not going to be perfect, but nothing I do is perfect anyway, so it's okay. Our topic for February is resolutions. Already failed. Now what? I know a lot of people set New Year's resolutions. They set them on New Year's Eve. Sometimes there's vision boards to go along with them. There's a plan. There's a lot of wishing. There's a lot of dreaming. There's a lot of hoping. And by the end of January, some things have not even been started. By the middle of February, even if started, some of those resolutions have already failed. By the end of February, most of them have failed. This is a statistic. You can look it up. You can Google it. It is a statistic. Most resolutions fail. Why is that? Well, first of all, we tend to set our sights high. Now, don't get me wrong. You want to set your goals to be over your head so that you have to reach, so that you have to work. I've always told people, set your sights on the stars. And when you hit the moon, look at what you've done, because that's still progress. Resolutions are just not easy. It's difficult. We lose track. We forget. We don't always focus on what we're supposed to focus on. We don't always plan. And a resolution, it's difficult because there's nobody to make you do it. You don't set resolutions with a friend. You don't set resolutions with your posse, with your group. Most of the time, those of us who do set resolutions don't ask our angels for help, but you should. Most of the time, resolutions are set and it's a challenge to even get started. For me, I stopped doing resolutions years ago because every resolution I ever set, every one of them, didn't happen, didn't work out. Some of them I never even got started. Those that I did get started didn't happen well, didn't follow through. I had nobody checking up on me but me. And I could talk myself out of it being okay to skip it today, to not do it today. The problem is, most of the time, resolutions are things that are habits that you're trying to change. Takes 21 days to set a new habit. 21 days. You know how long it takes to break it? One. One skip. One miss. That's all it takes. One. Why is that? Why is it so easy to break a habit? Until it gets ingrained, until it becomes part of your muscle memory, and you can do it when you're sleepwalking in the morning or in the evening, it doesn't take long to break it. And some habits, even if you want to break them, it's hard to because of what's involved in those habits. What are those? Smoking, um, drinking too much, eating too much. Oh, that's one for me. When we got here in Portugal, The food was so good. And I found out that I could eat bread and I could eat pasta and didn't get sick. And I'm gluten sensitive or gluten allergic, not sure what the deal is, but in the States, I could not eat it without suffering. And I mean suffering, pain, discomfort. Okay. And it would last for days. I don't have that here. Now I can overdo it. Yes. But I can have bread with dinner. I can have a sandwich. I can eat pasta. That opened up a whole world that I hadn't seen in a long time. And I ate everything. And I probably gained close to 50 pounds after we got here. Now, if you remember, last month I talked about getting food poisoning, and I dropped about 6 kilos. So that's about 12 pounds. I think I dropped 2 of those pounds before that, a couple of weeks before, because I had started to watch what I was eating, tracking. But when I got on the scale, just to see after I was sick, I was down 6 kilos and I felt better. I felt better in my skin. My knees felt better. My ankles felt better. I was like, oh, okay, I need that weight to stay off. Of course, over the course of the next week and a half, 2 weeks, I gained most of it back. I gained 4 kilos back. That's why I think I lost the first two before I got sick. But I realized I really needed to get the weight off and keep it off. So I didn't do resolutions. And all this happened in February, okay? That food poisoning was in February, it was in early February. But I don't do resolutions. So what I decided to do was I'm going to exercise, talk to my doctors. Both my doctor and my chiropractor encouraged me to do more walking. So I am doing more walking. When we move, that's going to be a challenge because we used to walk to take the girls to school every morning and then walk to pick them up in the evening. We won't be walking because we're a little farther away from school, so we'll be catching a bus. But there's a really cool park that's about 10 minutes walk from the new house, and we can let the dogs run there, and there's a wonderful playground. The kids love it. They even have a zip line for the girls. um, so walking will have to take some intent. Okay. But I've been moving good. I joined a gym. I like this particular gym. It has a pool, so I can swim at least once a week. I'm trying to get to the gym at least twice a week. Um, it's making a difference. Taking a couple of supplements help clear my system. And I ask the angels for help. Why? Because I have no willpower. Come on, y'all. All the sweets here and the bread is absolutely delicious. I want to eat it. So I need help. So I'm doing intermittent fasting because I realized that when I was working, I would get up in the morning, get ready for work, go to work, and I didn't usually eat until noon or 1 o'clock. So I was doing about a 16-hour fast every day. Sure, there were days that didn't happen, like, holidays, because there was always food everywhere all day long. Um, I've never been one to eat sweets. I will have a taste. I will have a piece of cake. I will have a cookie, but it's not something that I want to eat all the time. Salt, on the other hand, different story. Chips, um, salty snacks. Yeah, I want to eat those. I want to eat all of those. I want to eat them all the time. So yeah, I asked for help. I asked for help with being able to say, no, I don't need that. I ask, Ooh, that looks good, but are you hungry? No, I'm not hungry. Well, if it's something that I really want a piece of, maybe I'll go ahead and buy it and bring it home and I'll share it. Or maybe I'll take it to Portuguese class with me. Invite everybody else to have a bite. Or maybe I'll wait till the girls get home and share it with them because they eat everything. They're 5. Yeah. I engage in the help because I am not good at always walking away from things that look good or smell good. You can walk down the street here and smell when somebody is grilling, whether it's fish or pork or chicken. You can walk by the restaurants and smell what they're cooking. We're coming up on the festival season is about to start. The tourist season is about to start. So the street vendors will be out with their food, Um, it's everywhere and it's delicious. So yes, I need help. If I'm hungry, I will eat. If I'm not hungry, then maybe just a taste. I need their help for that. Brenda does not have the willpower for that. No. The fasting, it's going okay. The weekends, not so much. The girls are home and they eat all day, every day, all the time. So I'm trying to prime myself because summer is coming and they're going to be home all day, every day this summer. And I can't eat the way they eat. They're growing up. If I eat like that, I'll grow out. That's what I don't want. So, trying to build the willpower, ask the angels for help. Yes, I do on a daily basis. Setting the intermittent fasting. I've asked the angels for help with that too. I've got a little timer on my app so that I can turn it off when I decide to eat something. And there are mornings when I get up and I am just starving. So instead of going from like 8 p.m. in the evening to noon before I eat something, or 9 p.m. to 1, sometimes I'll have breakfast at 11, 10, 11. And that means that the fast is only 12, 13 hours, 14 hours. Okay. So it's shorter. It's still fasting. So I'm still doing okay. I don't beat myself up for that. I don't do that every day. I'm doing the best I can with what I've got, but I ask for help. So your resolutions failed. What next? If what I'm doing, you know, if I stumble, if I fall, if I have a whole week where all I do is eat junk, crap, chips, popcorn, okay, then I ask the angels to help me do a reset. If you set a resolution and it failed, if it's something you really, really want to do, you want to do it, you have a desire to do this, okay? Nobody talked you into it. Nobody made you agree to do it with them. Nobody said you should do it. It's something you decided you wanted to do. Ask them to help you with a reset. They will. And then instead of calling it a resolution, call it a goal. Call it a plan. Call it I'm just going to do this lifestyle change. I'm going to change what I do so that I can be better. Simple, easy. Yeah, it's easy to say the words. Getting it done, that's where you need the help. Ask. Ask your angels. Ask them to step in. Ask them to help you. Ask them to give you what you need to make it every day and ask each day. There's no limit in how much or how often you can ask. There's no time. I mean, you don't have to ask in the morning or ask at night or ask at lunchtime or ask before you go to bed. Before your bed does, like I've said before, it is kind of the best time because that's when you'll let it rest and they can work on it for you. But ask. And don't beat yourself up for being human. You are not perfect. I am not perfect. We are not perfect. We make mistakes. In fact, that's part of what this whole 3D existence is about. Being human is making a mistake, effing things up, figuring out how to fix it, asking for help so that you can get it fixed. And ask when you need the help. That's hard. It's a lesson I've had to learn as I am 66 now and no longer in my teens when I had my kids, in my 20s when I was raising them, in my 30s when I got married again, in my 40s, in my 50s, when I hit my 60s. This machine has been through a whole lot of crap. It has. It's got wear and tear and scars, and it needs some help with things. A lot of times. And I'm not perfect, and that's okay. I got a posse up here, my angels and guides, and I ask them to help me when I need the help. Is it easy to ask? No, it's not easy, but that doesn't mean I don't ask. You can ask too. You can always ask, anytime, any place. I thank you all for joining me on this first audio and visual podcast. I hope that I will see you again next month, next podcast. It's this month. It's March. Yeah. And it's the end of this month, end of March, the fourth Wednesday. That's when it's supposed to be done. I will endeavor to get it done. We will be hopefully all moved in by then. And I'll have my room set up. We'll see. Great plans. We'll see. The topic for March is, do the angels really know me? Do they really know me? It's a question that I asked when I was first getting started in all this. It's a question that I hear. I hope you'll join me. My YouTube channel is The Light of Nature. The podcast is Angel Talk with Brenda Hardwick. It is a pleasure for you to see me, for you to hear me, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Namaste.